Chapter 1, Section 1, Variables and Expressions. The objective of this section, to write algebraic expressions. Lesson vocabulary, quantity, variable, algebraic expression, numerical expression. And I'd like to take this opportunity to show you one of the neat features of the iBook version of the textbook. Notice what happens when I click on a known vocabulary word in the textbook. And while we're on the topic, another feature I really like in the iBook version is the study option, to study vocabulary note cards that are already made for you. Radical, the vocabulary term, click or tap if you're using an iPad to find the definition. Next card, or go back a card. An excellent way to review your vocabulary with the book's definitions. And when you're done, click Done, close the study margin, and continue. An essential understanding for Section 1.1. Algebra uses symbols to represent quantities that are unknown or that vary. You can represent mathematical phrases and real-world relationships using symbols and operations. Consider the population of Florida, the area of Colorado, and the flight time from Philadelphia to San Francisco. Which of these has a value that varies? Explain. Well, first let's consider the population of Florida. Is that a fixed number as time progresses, or can it change? Does it vary? Well, I think we recognize that that's a value that varies. It's likely that every minute a new person is born, and possibly every minute a person dies in Florida, causing this fluctuation in population, so it's a variable quantity. Next up, the area of Colorado. Well, that's something that hasn't changed in a very long time, and it's certainly not something that changes on a daily basis, so I think we can say that that is a fixed value or a constant number. The flight time from Philadelphia to San Francisco. I assume that flight time varies quite a lot. I mean, it could be different between different airlines, or different planes, or certainly vary depending on the weather. A mathematical quantity is anything that can be measured or counted. Note the vocabulary term in bold that we saw on the previous page. Recall that we had this nice pop-up that showed us the definition in the book's terms of the word. Notice now if I double tap, all that I get is the basic dictionary definition along with thesaurus, but dictionary definition like you would get if double tapping, selecting any word in an iBook. So don't confuse that with the mathematical definition that we saw previously, which will be the official book's definition for your class. Moving on, a mathematical quantity is anything that can be measured or counted. Some quantities remain constant, others change or vary and are called variable quantities. A variable is a symbol, usually a letter, that represents the values of a variable quantity. Well, here we have a list of algebraic expressions and numerical expressions. Note the presence of a variable, x, in this example, and only constants in the example at the right.